debt of gratitude to the 1.2 million voters that conducted our election, all the election commissioners and circuit clerks, and thousands of poll workers that conducted our election fairly for this year for President of the United States. So with that, we're first going to swear in all of the members of the Electoral College. And without standing, but if you would, raise your right hand. I state your name. Do solemnly swear or affirm that I will faithfully support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Mississippi, and obey the laws thereof, that I am not disqualified from holding the office of presidential elector, that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office upon which I am about to enter. So help me God. Thank y'all. That's the same one you remember, Governor, that you did.
I remember that.
You've done it a couple yourself, yes. So what we'll do now, we have an appointment of elector to fill vacancy. And this says, whereas Bradley A. White, a duly nominated and elected presidential elector for the state of Mississippi, has failed to attend and give his vote at the regularly scheduled meeting of Electoral College, which is this, which you're attending. Whereas Article 2, Section 1, Clause 2 of the United States Constitution grants That was not working. Let's put this one over. We're under a budget cut.
Government pen. It is government pen.
I know. I gotta try that one work.
All right.
Right. And then we have the certificates. I think, see, Charles, these are all dated here. These are all dated. You don't have to sign that. You're good. There you go. Okay, having duly elected the sixth member of the electors, we now will cast our ballots for President of the United States. I will be circulating to you, each of you, an official ballot for the official ballot presidential elector for the state of Mississippi. It shows Donald J. Trump and a blank. If y'all fill in the blank, we're going to have trouble. And there are 6 originals if you execute all 6. Please, sir. Mr. Yerger.
Just one ballot each. Each one executes one ballot.
Here. Sorry, let me pass them around.
If you have enough to take your grandchildren out, this will be one more good time.
That's it. And you execute your pledge to Mr. Trump.
Pen? That one right, I checked it.
You'll just exit the box. There's no signature on this one. If you don't want to fill that in, Charles, Mr. Evers, just check the block, Donald Trump. Here, I've got, just a minute, I've got a blank one here, hold on.
Right here remains.
There you go. Check that box here, I'll keep this one here. Okay, can I have everybody's back, please? Thank you. Bill, I'm going to let you speak in just a second.
Yes, sir.
All right. This is for Vice President of the United States, Governor Pence. You just check one block, there's no, or X one block, and there's nothing to sign there if you just X the correct block. That comes back to me, please, ma'am. All right, we're going to pause for a minute and ask Governor Bryant if he'd have anything he'd like to say.
Well, first off, let me just thank the Secretary. Delbert Hoseman has done a remarkable job throughout this process. If you think of where we're at without any federal monitors or interference or involvement in this process, because they believe in what Mississippi has done over the years with Secretary Hoseman's great work of making certain that we have a credible and honest election process. And so that is something to be proud of. I want to thank the electors, everyone here. And this is an important job. This is, of course, is the electoral process that we now are governed by, the Electoral College. Not something that I've always been a fan of, even when it works in our favor. I understand that that it is constitutional. The Founding Fathers believed that this process was critically important, as do I. Could there be improvements? Maybe someday there will be, but as we stand here today, the electors have done their constitutional duty and voted for Donald J. Trump and Michael Pence. Donald J. Trump is President, Michael Pence is Vice President of the United States. We will have an inauguration on the 20th of January. I hope to be present at that, as some others here will be, and begin a new presidency. It is a remarkable opportunity to show the world again the effectiveness of this great republic. I hope there are no protests. They certainly have a right. They're certainly their right as Americans to do so, and if they'll do so, if anyone will do so in an orderly and safe manner, we certainly will respect that. But this is the peaceful transition of power that has occurred in this great republic since its very beginning. And we will do so again on the 20th of January, and I hope we will all then begin to work together to make America great again. Thank you, Mr. Secretary.
Thank you, Governor. And now we have the certificate of vote, and we'll go forward. The first certificate will be for the President of the United States, and I do have 6 of those. If y'all would date them, today is December the 19th. Behind your signature, we'll start them around, and then we'll circulate the Vice President.
Everett, you got another pen?
Yes, sir.
I need one too. Thank you,
Sounds like
that's Sid.
a breaking news.
Battle Maritime.
That is important.
I
We
know.
sign all of these, don't we?
Yes, sir, you're gonna have to sign 6, so you're gonna have to sign 6 of them. Let me get that paper clip off there before we work. And the date is December 19th, you'd write that on each one. Got a couple more. While we're signing on January the 6th at 1:00 p.m., the members of the House and the Senate will meet in the House chamber to count these votes. It will be presided over by Vice President Joe Biden. Each state's results are opened and announced in alphabetical order. Lawmakers can challenge any individual electoral votes at that time. And after that date, the president and the vice president will be sworn in on January the 20th.
Mr. Secretary, aren't the electors allowed to attend that meeting with the Vice President?
They are, and I informed them on the way down here, we actually have an invitation from the members of Congress that each of them will have in their packet to attend. And we welcome the electors to attend. You have a special place to do that, and also the inauguration. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you very much. We're going to start the circle for Vice President of the United States, the Honorable Michael R. Pence. We're not allowing any speaking. And as we break out of here, there's 3 protesters in here, and we just got to let them all.
Shake hands and hug each other.
Our state treasurer, Lynn Fitch, is here to join us today. Welcome, Lynn. Glad to have you. December the 19th. After we finish, the electors are going to be excused. We'll be adjourning the meeting, and I'll stay around. If anybody has any questions, we're happy to address those. members are paid to come here today, $4 plus mileage. So, governor's asked if you would not cash a check for a while to be helpful.
Hold it till after January, anyway.
Hold on to that check for a little bit, it'd be real helpful to us. You wanna come see me? I'll show you what they look like.
Who's this young man?
This young man I ran into, and I said, you need to come down to the Electoral College. He decided he would.
All right.
Look at this.
Yeah.
These are the signatures right here. That's Ms. Abear, and Mayor Evers right here, Mr. Sanderson. Now, all of these go to the Library of Congress. Each of them are dated, which is kind of cool. They'll be dated, and then this one, all of those votes will actually be counted as well. So, this is the Vice President. Yes, the Vice President won. Each one of those will be counted. And then where's the ballot? They're in here somewhere. Here they are. This is what it looks like. This will go to Congress, and you'll be able to look it up in the archives. You'll have that one. You won't see. The rest of them will. Let's see what we got here. That's what it looks like. See, this is for Vice President of the United States. You check the box right here. And this will go in as Mississippi's one of Mississippi's 6.
Okay.
Pretty simple stuff.
Yeah, it's great stuff.
Now, don't ask how it all got there.
It's worth $4, isn't it?
It's worth $4.
$4.
It is worth $4. Thank your mom for coming down and pay attention because Christmas is Sunday. You better be nice.
Uh-huh. Good.
In 1817, in December of 1817, the state of Mississippi was granted statehood by the United States. And shortly thereafter, the state of Alabama was. At the best of my knowledge, there was no roll tide at that point, but subsequently that's occurred. We're celebrating our 200th anniversary this year for the state of Mississippi. And if you look back at our history and how we got here, it's just phenomenal. What Andrew Jackson did, Chickasaw Session, Choctaw Session, you know, our state was cobbled together over a period of time, and the actual boundaries of our state were changed later after 1817 when we were actually granted statehood. The governor's announced that we'll be having a whole year's worth of celebration. We're doing a book with the history divided into 9 different parts of Mississippi. That'll be coming out on our website. It's free for every young man and woman that wants to look at it in the state of Mississippi. It's going to be a great start to our celebration of 200 years. And you don't have to look very far to see all the things that have happened in our state now. We make cars, test the rockets to the moon, make ships, greatest agricultural economy. None of that existed in 1817. We didn't even have 82 counties back then. The counties were actually brought together later as Mississippi was divided up, particularly up in the north part after the Choctaw and Chickasaw Session. Great history when you look back at it, and there's a lot of things that how Jackson even became the state capital and the vote. University of Mississippi was 1 vote from being in Long Beach. Mississippi City was 1 vote, a couple of votes away from being the state capital of Mississippi. It's now no longer a city anymore. All the things that came in history and decisions that were made as people went along, close votes on a lot of different things. Those are all reflected in this capital, which is also over 100 years old. So Mississippians have a lot to celebrate, I think, this year. A lot of potential and a lot of optimism about where we're going forward from here. And I encourage everybody to celebrate your state over the year as the cities and the counties and what have their own celebrations. We'll go through the process. This is a critical part of it. This is the 45th person to be President of the United States. And Mississippi has its 6 electoral votes, and we've been blessed to cast them in a free and fair manner, and then cast these electoral ballots in an open and free to the public manner. Those things don't come without sacrifice. Those of you who participate in any of the Wounded Warriors projects know that. I'd encourage you, so many times we expect these men and women to go overseas, quite literally, and have their lives threatened and put in danger in every kind of way, come back wounded in various and sundry ways, and then be able to walk into a Wendy's just like nothing ever happened, or walk home to their own families like nothing ever happened. So sometime during this Christmas, if you get a chance, somebody that's come back from Afghanistan or Iraq or served in the military, you ought to thank them. Because we wouldn't be here doing this today if it wasn't for them. Now, one last signature and we'll adjourn. Thank you, Mayor.
What next? What's the count?
Natchez we started out, and actually Washington north of it, and then there was an election start here at LaFleur's Bluff, and they actually began to start, and where the governor lives, as he says, governmental housing is about 150 years old. They built it before the war.
1841.
1841. The part the
Governor Holmes was the first governor who was Mississippi Territory, and then later governor in Holmes County is named after him. We'll adjourn after this history lesson.
We are. We're covering
today. Thank you all again very, very much.
Appreciate everybody coming today. And electors, we're hereby, the meeting is hereby observed. We will terminate it, and we will send this to Washington. Thank you all.
All right.
We have a packet for each of you with the vote. Yes, sir. Please do. And with the vote and everything. Yes, sir. We have a packet with Frank got his. Please get one of these.
Oh, yeah, it is a business. I had heard in the office, I've been here on time. Come on. Really good to see you. Yeah. Thank you so much. This is going to be great. You know, good stuff. I can't wait to get there on the 20th. I got to get there on the 18th.
I'm sure he hadn't started already.
No, I think he has started. That's right. That's right. He's been gone for a while.
Okay, I'm just watching to make sure nobody gets
I like fun. Thanks so much for watching. All right, we'll do it right here, sir. All right. Okay. Testing. Okay, perfect. So can you tell me you want to hold the mic? I'll hold it. Yeah, I'll hold it. It's okay. Just stand right there. Back up a little bit. Right about. Back up a little bit more for me. Right. Okay, perfect. Can I get your first and last name, sir?
Wirt Yerga.
Okay. How do I spell your first and last name?
W-I-R-T-Y-E-R-G-E-R.
Okay, and you're one of the electors here today?
Yes.
Okay, and you're with the Republican Party, correct?
Yes.
Okay, great. So tell me about the vote here today. How excited were you to vote for President?
Really excited. Thrilled.
Did you receive any letters or an email about the possibility of
I
changing?
received over 25,000.
How many?
25,000
And was that email?
emails and random mail too.
So what's your response to that? To the overwhelming response?
I threw them away, most of them. I still got thousands of them.
And so you were pretty adamant about